Growing Garden just had one of the worst nerfs I've ever seen in this game, and people are not happy, as expected. This nerf has affected you 100%, and the worst part is we didn't even know this thing happened until a bunch of people started complaining. I really need to talk about this, and there is just a bunch of things I need to go over. This video is not attacking the developers. In fact, this video is not attacking anyone. I'm just trying to talk about a problem that can easily be fixed. So if you could, please watch this video all the way to the end so we can spread more awareness. And of course, if you do go on to find this video helpful, a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated. We're trying to get to 400k. Let's get straight into this. So as you guys know, Growing Garden has a bunch of pets. No surprise there, but did you know these pets have passive abilities? And these passive abilities can be very, very OP sometimes, and they need a little bit of adjustment here and there. But about 2 days ago, Growing Garden did one of the biggest adjustments, aka one of the biggest nerfs I have ever seen, and once again, people were not happy about this at all. In fact, this nerf was so freaking bad, the player count of Growing Garden actually dropped. Yes, I'm not even kidding, it actually dropped. Okay, I'm gonna stop teasing you guys and actually get into this video. So I want to go ahead and start off with a pet that most of you are aware of, the Mochi mouse. This is a pet I made a video on, and that video did really, really well. So first of all, thank you so much for that. And secondly, I told you guys to get like 10s, 20s, 30s of these pets, and just get as many Mochi mice as you can, because this pet is very, very good to gain experience on, to gain age on. And as you guys know, aged pets are really, really useful if you guys want to get yourself a bunch of free upgrades, both on your main account and maybe even your alt accounts in the future. So for that reason, I told you guys get as many Mochi mice as you possibly can, because this is the best pet you can use in the entire game to level up your age, to once again use right over here. And after I made that video, I kind of just forgot about the Mochi mouse until today when I logged back into the game, and I thought, you know what, let me just start leveling up my Mochi mouse. You know, I have one, I have a few more on my alt account, why not just start leveling them up so I can go ahead and get myself a bunch of free upgrades. And I go on to look at its ability, and I swear to God, this was not below 1 second. I swear to God, this was like 2 seconds or 2 XP per second. So basically what this guy did was give you 2 XP per second and an additional 500 XP every 10 minutes. But as you guys can see right now, it's basically been cut in half. And this got me wondering, because I thought I was going crazy, bro. I thought I was going absolutely insane. So I went on to the official Growing Garden Discord server, and as you guys can see, I just searched up Mochi nerf, and people are going absolutely insane with this, bro. Honestly, a shame that this is literally just the Mochi mouse pre-nerf. So this is what it was before the nerf actually came out. 3.7 experience per second. Guys, this thing was really, really good. It was really, really OP. Of course, this one has the rainbow mutation on it, so it is like 20% better. But still, this thing would have been well over like 2 XP per second at least. But once again, if we go back into the game and check out my Mochi mouse, guys, this thing is not even 1 XP. It's age 8, I know, but it's not even 1 XP. That's the same as something like the Blood Owl. What's the point of using the Mochi mouse anymore? It's not good. It's just not good anymore. And yeah, people feel the same way. Did they nerf the Mochi mouse? Did they nerf the Mochi mouse? Mochi was nerfed. Please revert Mochi mouse nerf. Why did they nerf Mochi mouse? Now, at least this nerf was actually announced to people. If I'm not wrong, I believe this was nerfed and it was actually announced to people. But 2 days ago, there was another nerf in the game, and this one was pretty bad. I went ahead and found a screenshot on Discord. I'm not sure how accurate this is, but here is the entire list of pets that got nerfed. Guys, this is probably like 30% of the pets in Growing Garden. This is probably some of the best pets in Growing Garden, if I'm not wrong. I mean, we have freaking Cooked Owl in here, we have Disco Bee, Butterfly, Moth, Fennec Fox, Red Fox, everything is in here. And of course, these stats are for the giant or rainbow variants of these pets, by the way. That's why the cooldowns are so freaking little. But basically what they tried to do was nerf these from 15 seconds, which is where they were. This was the minimum cooldown you could get on them, which I have to agree is quite OP, to something a little bit more realistic. But the only mistake they made is they did not tell anyone about this. They just silently went ahead and shadow nerfed almost half of the pets in Growing Garden, maybe like 30% of pets in Growing Garden, and they thought they could just get away with it. They thought they could just, just move on, have a nice little update day, and just move on with it. Well, no. People got really upset. I mean, to the point where people were doing this inside of the suggestions for Growing Garden. Hashtag revert the nerf. Don't nerf Titan / huge pets. And this guy basically goes on to talk about how this nerf actually works. And yeah, once again, he goes on to say something like the Queen Bee got nerfed to 1 minute. The Mimic Octopus used to be 15 seconds, but it got nerfed to 1 minute. Basically just summarizing this screenshot right over here. And now I just want to go ahead and talk about why this is bad. Now, do I think these nerfs are bad? No, I think this was a long time coming. I feel like this is completely fair, but the way they went about this is completely wrong. First of all, they did it very secretly. They tried to not make too much noise about this, even though this is a completely huge update to Growing Garden. Like, this changes Growing Garden forever, the way people play it forever. A lot of people pay a lot of money for these pets, and if these pets aren't working like they used to, what's the point of paying all that money? Hope I'm making sense here. I'm not talking about real life money, by the way. I'm talking about shekels. Do not buy pets with real money, please. But yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is it's not fair. It's not fair for someone to trade a pet with billions, trillions, quadrillions of shekels just for it to get nerfed. And not just nerfed, but secretly nerfed. It's just an insult to the injury. And yeah, because of that, people were not happy. As you guys can see, you can pause the video and read, and people are gonna be super unhappy with all of this. And once again, rightfully so. They just got something so near and dear to them taken away. What the hell? But good news. All of these changes have been reverted back, and that's not my words. Once again, this was announced by the developers of Growing Garden. If you go back to the Growing Garden Discord server, scroll up just a tiny bit in the updates tab right here. Check this out, guys. DJ Jai went ahead and made an announcement saying it reverted all pet passive cooldown changes. They are now back to normal. All good, right? All good. Everything's fine. Everything's back to normal. Right? Wrong. No, it's not. Apparently, according to some players, some pets are still nerfed. Some pets did not revert back to their old stats. Some pets are still really bad. If you guys know any of these pets, please list them down in the comments down below. Let's go ahead and try and create some sort of evidence that this actually happened, because I just feel gaslit, bro. I just feel like this entire thing never happened and people are just going crazy. That's what they want us to think, which is where the problem is. The problem isn't the fact that the developers are trying to make a change. The problem isn't the fact that the developers are trying to rebalance the game, because that's what they are doing. They're not just nerfing this for no reason, guys. Of course, there is a reason, which is to rebalance the game, and I completely understand that, and I'm completely with the developers on this one. No, but the problem is the fact that they do it in secret. And this is noticed by almost everyone. As you guys can see, this guy right over here says, stop nerfing things without telling us or making a changelog. Address the duplicated pets. A lot of innocent people have been victims of the duplicated pets. You want to be held accountable, yet you do things like this. And this got 1,500 stars, by the way, which is a lot. And yeah, I fully agree with this person. Look, I'm no developer. I don't know how any of these things work. I'll be completely real with you guys. And I can't imagine myself having to make a decision like this. Bro, it's too difficult for me. So I'm not saying any of this is easy, but you know what's easy? Being a little transparent about it. If you guys are gonna nerf something, maybe make a changelog. That's it. That's all you guys need to do. But no, they don't want to do that because they know it's gonna create a lot of backlash. But this is a message to the developers. There's gonna be backlash either way, so it's better if you guys just create a changelog or something along those lines, basically just addressing any nerf you guys make to the game. It's just easier for the players. And hey, if players don't like the update, they can just straight up tell you, hey, we don't like this update, change it back, instead of boycotting and leaving the game and your player count dropping. Once again, I just want to clear out in this video, I am not hating on the developers. This is not easy, guys. Managing a game that is this big, played by so many different kinds of people, different ages, different needs, different etc. Guys, the developers are under a lot of pressure, so we gotta give them some space. But the developers should also learn to be a little more transparent. and I feel like everyone will be happy at the end of the day after that. Let me know how else you think these updates should be handled, because look, let's be honest, we need some nerfs in this game, we need some buffs in this game. It needs to happen, the game needs to be rebalanced here and there. So how would you go about it? Let me know in the comments down below, and hey, if you watched this video all the way to the end, comment down nerf. Let's see how many people actually made it all the way here, and since you're going down there anyways, hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 400k, so come on, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, it means a lot. Peace out.